Hi, my name's Nicole. I am a TMS patient and I'm really happy to be making this video because just recently, as of a month ago, I've been completely healed. I'm 20 years old, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I'm a dance student at the Purchase College Conservatory of Dance where we dance 10 hours a day, pretty much every day. Even the weekends. It's a really rigorous program, and so I'm like very physically active, and so my body has been a big part of my college career. Last summer in July, I collided heads with another dancer, and I immediately experienced all of these symptoms of uh, like headache, nausea, my eyes. I wasn't able to, I described it as like tracking motion well. I would wake up every day for, this is the short version of the story, but this lasted for about 8 months, and I saw a span of like 10 to 15 different doctors. I had all of the scans, MRIs, all the different kinds of physical therapies. I actually was studying abroad in London, so I saw all of different kind of care providers there. And they all just kind of treated me for the symptoms. Some said I was having concussion related symptoms, others thought it was whiplash. And then it got to a point a couple months ago where I needed to come home from school because I was experiencing such debilitating back and neck pain that I wasn't able to get out of bed, let alone carry the burden, I mean not the burden, but like the loads of a typical college student. So I came home and I had no hope. And it wasn't until then, in a really desperate place, that I saw a homeopath at home, and he recommended me to read Dr. John Sarno's Healing Back Pain. Um, and I knew immediately reading, I got through about half of the book, and I set it down and I went on a run for the first time in a year. And I knew, like, so deeply that this is what was going on with me because it just made sense. All of the symptoms really lined up with things that I've had in the past. And like growing up, I had thyroid problems um, and like growing pains and acne and like all these different TMS related things. Also, I've just always like I follow this stereotype of TMS patients to a T. I'm like super hyperactive, like always trying to do one more thing. So I read Dr. John Sarno's book, and then I just kind of kept searching for new things, more information, and I did start healing right away, but it wasn't until I got about halfway through The Great Pain Deception that I really felt back to myself. And since then I still keep reading, but this process from the minute I opened the first book until I felt totally in my body again. And honestly, since then I have been dancing better than I had before the injury, because I know that I don't need to have fear about hurting my physical body, which has been absolutely revelatory for my dancing, because I can just throw my body around and I can work as hard and I can like dive in so much deeper because I'm not afraid of hurting myself. And it's been so gratifying, and I feel so much healthier, even though I'm doing like these. I'm doing much more physically taxing things now. The span actually from when I opened the book to when I felt this like totally healed place, like back to normal or back to better than normal, was only about 3 weeks. I think because I was listening to audiobooks, I was reading books constantly, I was in a place where I had structured physical activity for me. So I would just wake up and go to my dance class. I would like to warm up for my class. I wouldn't sit there and do crunches anymore. I would just listen to the audiobook of a book of Dr. John Sarno's, or read a couple of pages of the Great Pain Deception, and then just go dance, because that in itself was a much better warm up for me than any amount of push-ups or crunches. And and since then, I feel a lot more balanced. I do ballet and contemporary dance, and like my like skill level has really, like, I'm trying to be modest, but like trying to explain to you the full extent of the situation. Like, it's just been really revelatory. And now I see my friends who have to sit out of class because of a stress fracture, or they have an ache here or pain here, and I'm just like trying to spread this information to them because I really feel like this is the answer. Like, before then, I would rely on physical therapy and massage therapy. I was seeing a massage therapist 3 times a week in order to keep my body going. But now I realize that I don't need that. The body is self-sufficient, and you can really do anything with just your person, with just your body, and not having to rely on another person's hands to bring you healing. And that has been crazy. Like, I feel like I just dropped a lot of baggage, like a lot of unneeded things that now I can go around and do. So now I'm going to go into my last semester at school, and then I'll graduate in December. And I just found out about a week ago that my choreography was accepted to 2 like internationally acclaimed festivals in Europe. That only people I've aspired to dance for have been. So this is like absolutely insane to me. I was not expecting this at all, but I really truly believe that just in these like last months of figuring out what has actually been going on with my body, that it's all different than we thought it was. And I would think that I sounded crazy like a year ago, and if I didn't get to this desperate place where I was in so much pain for so long, that I would not be able to accept this, and I would still be living in this kind of world of not really understanding what's going on with my body, just trusting the doctors and blah blah blah. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll attach some clips of me dancing after the injury, and with no pain. I have had not a single moment of pain since finding this out, and like that in itself is the truth. Like, this is real, and this is really going to change the world.